The Atlanta Falcons are preparing for the NFL Draft, and the 8th overall pick could be a great opportunity to add valuable talent to the team. That's why they create recruiting pools, which consist of players they are comfortable drafting in a certain position. These groups can be large or small depending on the number of players they are interested in selecting. While we don't know exactly who's in Terry Fontenot's draft pool for the number 8 overall pick, there are some super talented options that could be available to the Falcons. Some of those options include Tyree Wilson, Bijan Robinson, and Devon Witherspoon. However, it's important to note that there are no quarterbacks included in the draft pool. It looks like the Falcons are avoiding that position in this draft. Additionally, Alabama linebacker Will Anderson is an exceptional player, but he is highly unlikely to be available to the Falcons at 8th overall. While there are many quality options available for the Falcons, some players have been excluded from the draft pool. Jalen Carter is a potential player, but there are many red flags that make the decision difficult. In short, the Falcons have a lot of options to consider for the 8th overall pick. They have a recruiting pool that includes talented players and are working hard to make the best decision possible for the team. It will be interesting to see who they select on draft day. Edge Tyree Wilson, Texas Tech. The main question here is whether Tyree Wilson will be available to the Falcons at number 8 in the draft. However, this is unlikely to happen, as he is widely regarded as a top 6 pick in almost every prediction. That's a fair assessment, but if by any chance Wilson is still available at number 8, I'd decline all calls and make the easiest choice in the world. The Falcons are looking for someone with Wilson's abilities, including his size, ability, drive and power, capable of stopping the run and chasing down the opposing quarterback. I'm not suggesting they should trade for Wilson, but if he is somehow available in number 8, the Falcons should seize the opportunity with gusto. CB Devon Witherspoon, Illinois. The individual has hitting skills like a safety player and plays with a lot of intensity. This story is true. The Falcons recently added Jeff Okudah to the trade, however, the Ohio State forward is essentially on a one-year deal. While the Falcons are hopeful that Okudah will reach his potential and remain with the team for the long haul, that cannot be guaranteed. It's important to have more than 2 cornerbacks on the roster. Witherspoon could be an option to play in the slot position, providing an advantage for the team in that position, or even out of it, which new coordinator Ryan Nielsen would love to see. RB Bijan Robinson, Texas. I understand what is being said. It is true that 8th place is too high to select a hitter. However, I choose to ignore this fact because Robinson is simply exceptional. He can work perfectly with an attacking mind like Arthur Smith, who would find innovative ways to use a talent that can pass or bypass the opposition's defense, as well as position himself in various areas of the field and pull off great plays. Imagine an offense with Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Cordarrelle Patterson, Jonas Smith and Tyler Algier all working together behind a strong offensive line, which is well paid. That would be awesome. It's possible the Falcons could trade and get Robinson with a few additional picks, but I would feel comfortable selecting him at 8th. On the other hand, the offensive line isn't a very glamorous position to pick so high in the draft, especially on a team that already has 2 beefy tackles. It is likely that the selected player played as a rookie at least. But the Falcons are committed to building a strong offensive line and value discipline. Skoronski, the Northwestern player, is the closest you can get to that profile in this draft, and his inclusion would cement the Falcons' offensive line as one of the best in the NFL. DL Lukas Van Ness, Iowa. This individual seems to be a perfect fit for the scheme, being a tireless rusher who has the ability to play both defensive line and secondary formations. Van Ness is an aggressive player who never gives up and can either get to the quarterback or create an adequate lead, demonstrating talent on all 3 attempts. It might be possible to get him at a slightly reduced price, but it would be disappointing to see him selected by the Philadelphia Eagles with the 10th pick.